beautiful souls, to another episode of Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive. So thank you for joining me on the last channel. Sometimes channels come through with intense emotions, but the Planetary Commission is giving me all systems are go. There are relevant messages for Starseeds at this time. It is very important. Your origins, they're saying, does not matter. What matters is you step into the fluid consciousness of the essence. I'm being told you no longer need to call back pieces and parts of you. Your starseed essence is online. Your origins are within your DNA. So I'm hearing to ask Aaron is irrelevant when you have access to that within you. It is a soul remembering. It is understanding that you are here on a journey. You are not of this world. You are not supposed to be of this world. You are here to eradicate the dark, dense energies. You are here to hold a higher frequency. Regardless of your starseed origins, each of you play a specific role. Pleiadians, I don't know why that's coming through. Nebula is very important. The star of Nebula, the energy of Nebula is being healed at this time. I feel like that's from a movie, the name Nebula. Yes, it is, but it's important because it is of a blue starseed form. So there are those of starseed origins who came in with frequencies in order to the nebula star system is healing. They have been coming forward into the earth plane. Yes, there is an asteroid or a comet coming. It is a fiery ball. I see it hitting an edge of a continent right by the water's edge, the ocean's edge. Starseeds, it is imperative that you step into your frequencies. Your origins are irrelevant. We are attending you at this time. Your focus needs not to be on the understanding of yourselves. Rather, it is holding frequencies and allow your super consciousness to guide you to the people and the sacred references that are aligned with you. Do not use your logical mind to understand these things at this time. The higher frequencies are coming online. The logical mind, oh Spirit, the logical mind has been at an impasse for quite some time. They're showing me the fork in the road. You must choose the essence of your spirit and your soul. Your starseed origins means that the mind, the way that it is used in 3D form, is not actually in alignment with how your logical brain operates. Your mind activates the brain in different centers that are not activated for most on the 3D plane. This is why you have not fit in or been understood. All of you are coming online. You must move and operate from the higher frequencies. Blue rays, ray 1 has been anchored on the planet. There is a reason why Nebula is coming in. The Planetary Commission wishes to say this. All originations of starseeds and galaxies, NEPHRILLIum, there's another NEPH. I can't place, my logical mind can't place the words. In the Qur'an, they're saying let go. The NEPHRILLIUM, I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. The Planetary Commission says it does not matter. All of the starseed origins are online. The purpose of the Planetary Commission is to allow someone to stand as a commander from the mothership, the flagship. The energies will inundate you, those who are already attuned in the 5th dimensional frequencies and higher. The energies will feel like they are inundating you. Indeed, there are dark forces across and outside of Earth's planet and in the different galaxies. Know that we have been eradicating this, moving it out. We wish to speak on the black holes. Black holes. Earth has moved through a black hole for an expansion. This is not the black hole that scientists have identified. These are two different aspects and have two different meanings. There are black holes and portals of energy where dark planets can come through and dark energies. They are tied intrinsically to the devil energy. This energy will be revealed to the collective in the conscious level moving forward at this time. The Planetary Commission has been addressing each of you in a different facet and form. 12th dimensional beings, you are being asked to step into your truth and your power. Do not be afraid to share that on the earth plane. Do not hide behind barriers or walls. Those of you who are in with subsets of souls, it is time for you to step outside the subset of the soul to shine your frequency. You have multiple, Ava, what is that? Soulmates. On the earth plane, you have appointed multiple soul mates. These are people who are of the frequency of you, who are attuned to your energy. They will flow to you naturally, and you will naturally be magnetized to them. It is already written, is what I am hearing. Because of this, know that you chose to come here, volunteers. This is a message for you. You embodied as an individuated soul as part of the earth plane's consciousness. You are not of this sphere of consciousness, your origination. However, for the purposes of the evolution of the earth plane, you took on a role, an individuated soul in the earth's consciousness. Know that you will be returning to your original sphere of consciousness, regardless of what happens on the earth plane. You are deeply and intrinsically connected to it. You will be receiving infinite amounts of information. Understand that you are sensing an inundation of energy from multiple planetary areas, the dark, dense energies. It is important to hold your frequency. This is why your focus is important. And I'm being told to share an experience that I had approximately a month ago. A month ago, this is a reminder for Blu-rays. To understand your origins as a starseed is to both walk embodied in a physical body and have conscious awareness of this experience, and yet at the same time have a conscious awareness of where you are outside the planet when you are with other souls on the astral planes, as well as when you are bringing forth other lives or connecting to people through the dream realms and states, as well as through multiple realms in parallel universes. The collective is attending all planes and all levels, including seventh heavens, and those below it. This is an important transmission for a multitude of reasons. Those of you who are in the individuated soul, there will be a detachment process happening at this time that allows you to elevate into the frequency. You are holding the bridge energy for those in the third dimension to ascend to that fifth dimensional consciousness. Remember, consciousness is simply a graduation from one school of thought and way of being into another. Fifth dimensional consciousness, you came here, took on the body, and took a place in Earth's consciousness. This was solely for the purpose of you to hold the frequency, to help bridge the energy for others to move up it. This does not mean that you are forcing people onto the bridge. You simply hold the bridge and allow others to choose. It is a freedom of choice that is required for the human consciousness and collective. We are moving at this time. Six-dimensional beings, there are a massive amount of six-dimensional beings who have been activated, including the light grid programmers. The experience a month ago, which this instrument had, was being outside the planet, sensing the dark energies, attempting to move into the sphere of consciousness of the earth plane. You may call it a hologram or the matrix. You may call it anything you wish to. At the end of the day, the ascension process is a graduation of a school of thought. For a graduation of a school of thought to a higher elevated consciousness allows the body, the emotions, and the physical avatar and energy to change. That is simply all an ascension process is. The ASHTAR command, which is to step forward now, ASHTAR, he says, this is the piece of information that is required for people to understand their role. For there are many different roles, like the cog wheels in the wheel. For the wheel cannot run if the rubber is missing outside of it, if the center piece is out, if multiple pieces of the spokes are missing, it becomes unbalanced. The ASHTAR command says, this is why we are moving into the I Am Presence. Outside of the Earth planet, we have been repeatedly and consistently holding at bay and fighting wars. Crystal Moon, this message is for you. Just as you have asked in a query, we will share information based on what you have asked for. Indeed, there are wars on multiple planets, multiple galaxies, through the different spheres of consciousness. As there is light, there is also dark. There are many things and spheres of consciousness along the time-space continuum. There are many spheres of consciousness that have come in aid for the evolution of growth on the Earth plane. They're showing me Mother Earth. She is a feminine, sacred vessel. There have been things along the time continuum that have gone astray, have been misled, and been ridden and rife with illusion, where karmic law was placed on top of natural law. This is why the promise and God's oath is what I'm hearing. God's oath. This is the Planetary Commission says God's oath is an essence of mankind's understanding and evolution on the planet. There are things that were written over the original laws and rules and truths that will all be coming forward through multiple transmissions through this instrument. Outside of the planet, the wars that have been happening, the dark dense energies that have been coming in. Aaron, so I am channeling this consciously, my friends. So they're being told to, telling me to share the story, and little Aaron doesn't want to share this. It is important that it's shared, for it is written in the Akashic records. Someone here on this channel understands this and was with me during this process approximately 3 weeks ago on man's linear time. Outside of the planet, the dark energy came forward. At first, there are warriors of light. The ASHTAR command are warriors of light. However, they honor free will and choice and ask for each to command their own energy with discernment. There has been an illusion attached to the ASHTAR command, which has run through the collective consciousness. ASHTAR says, remember, on the Earth's plane consciousness, when a dark energy moves into the consciousness, it then begins to permeate as the black tar through the evolution of the matrix. We are removing those energies. Rather, ASHTAR says, we have been blocking those energies from attempting to come in as Earth's consciousness evolves. Indeed, this is part of the process. Not all of mankind is ready for messages or understandings of this level. It does not matter, for those who are meant to receive this message will. It is a magnetization effect. You will be drawn to the messages that are for you at this time, for we are attending your consciousness and collective starseeds. In the Quran, go back to the story of your experience on the human experience, Aaron. Okay, outside the Earth planet, as the dark energies came in, we hold swords of light, cutting through the dark energy, transmuting it at the time. There was a purpose to acknowledging and perceiving how, regardless of how many swords of light were cast through, cutting through that energy, there is an easier way. There came a point where we had stopped and set down our weapons. A hand was placed upon, igniting the gold I Am Presence and Pillar of Light, Golden Era 963, Divinity of Energy, placed and touched into the dark forms of the other planet. That was a transmutation that allowed the energy to be swept out and moved back through a black hole. All of the energies were removed through the black hole, sealed through the Infinite One Creator. This is part of the ascension process, coming back online, starseeds, the awareness of all of these different planes of existence in consciousness, the multiple spheres of consciousness. It is important to come back home at all times to reset your energy and understand that the logical mind of man cannot always make sense of these experiences. Share further, Aaron. In few days after this experience that I had, my friends, a dear friend of mine who is also a starseed, origins from a different star galaxy than I, but has a contract, sacred contract with me to uphold, and she is here to ensure the collective heals as well. She sent me a recording of someone that I do not know. The recording that she sent to me was from a name that I hear repeatedly. It had just been recorded and uploaded and posted days after I had this experience. This channel is a trance channeler, and they live somewhere else in the world. I do not follow them. It is fascinating to know this, but this man literally trance channeled from the Galactic Federation in detail exactly what I experienced on a regular conscious way, knowing, oh, I'm here fighting a war outside the planet. Here I'm doing this, and now I'm doing this. And we're going to send them to the black hole. And okay, that energy's done. And I'm just going to reground and anchor the light, only to have a number of days later, a trance channeler whom I don't know describe in detail, channeling through the Galactic Federation, explaining what had happened outside of the Earth plane. I will link that in the comments below so that you can, I'll have to go back and ask her to send me the channel or the video of this person who channeled this. So there are multiple things happening in an opening of consciousness. For those of you who are attuned as starseed, I don't care what ray or frequency you are. I don't care what origination your starseed is. Here's what I know. Again, I'm hearing there are 3 more coming online to attune to the collective consciousness. Those of you who have been unsure of where you originate from, that's because it has not been made known, because the collective consciousness was not ready for the frequency that you hold and the amount of wisdom that you hold and your ability to shapeshift for the light. So those of you who have been feeling kind of lost, like, yeah, I resonate with them, yet I resonate with them. Yes, some of you are Ray 1, Christ consciousness, blue ray. That's true. Ray 7s, thank you. I feel like Ray 7s are finally coming around. I don't know what that means, Aaron, logically, but I'm hearing the Ray 7s are coming around to share the esoteric information that has been hidden from the collective for quite some time. Thank you for doing that. We need that. That has been part of the delay. There has been an energy, literally, it's like holding back the gates. We are holding back the gates for the energy not to be misused. Please share that information for the collective, the worry that it will be misused or misunderstood. We are moving into the next phase of unraveling karmic law and opening to natural law. Those teachings and wisdom are important to hit the collective consciousness, and it allows for freedom. I'm hearing freedom. Freedom. It allows for freedom. The 3 starseed originations that are coming online. I'm literally watching the star systems move forward. The Galactic Federation will be sharing these. There are a few of you who have already attuned to these. I want to say NEPHRILLIUM. I don't know why it's not rolling off my tongue. ASHTAR is saying, just wait, just hold on. There is someone meant to share that information. It must come from them because it is of their origination. The sapphire tablets, I need to go to this, Ray 1s, blue rays, the sapphire tablets, those who feel deeply and see all of the different consciousnesses to remember whom you were and 5,000 years ago. While you are embodied now is a profound gift. It has also come with a tremendous and extreme burden because you remember all of the trials and tribulations spanning the 5,000 years. This is not an easy task. It is only those of specifically Ray 1 that may have this or feel this so deeply. Your tears that you weep are not for simply this life. They are for 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 years. Yes, it is you who has written upon the stones. Yes, it is you who was there for the ascension process. Yes, it was you who was there as you watched it all get buried under the ground. That was the dark energy coming in, creating illusion, for mankind had not evolved enough to be able to hold the amount of wisdom and power without misusing it. The last 300 years have been an extreme example of how that has been held intact by dark energy, illusion, hate, fear. These have been used intentionally, ensuring that trauma cycles were continued. Generational curse breakers, that was important the messages came through, for they came to the earth plane to break all of those. That has been a tremendously difficult journey for them. Blue rays, you have been witnessing them and feeling it with them, holding up the consciousness to ensure that they are able to do it, feeling the energy. If you have been exhausted, it is because your energy has been attending different souls as they've moved along the ascension process. Blue rays, ray 1, all rays have been doing this on multiple levels. Ray 1, there is a unique and deep connection in ray 1s for Christ consciousness. You are attending those generational curse breakers who have been healing the roots, because the root is the reason, the rotten roots. That is the eclipse, solar eclipse to the lunar eclipse. We are being reminded, starseeds. It is the eclipsing of each individual. So those on the human earth plane who are generational curse breakers, in order to break the root foundations, because that's what's come online, all the different facets and frequencies of healthy, vibrant roots now being established. In order to do that, the rotten roots have to be pulled out. The entanglements, the quantum entanglements. Yes, that is in a future video. I'm being told ASHTAR says I must speak about this. It's very, very important through the collective to understand as it ripples through consciousness. If they're saying that is another time, that is in a few days, says ASHTAR. Just roll with it, Aaron, he says. Okay. These are important because the solar eclipse was the activation and ignition of personal power. Through the rotten roots, personal power was dismantled and taken away without those being aware of it. Once that was activated, it allowed an eclipsing into the personal power states. That also meant that root foundations were being shaken from the base, pulled out through the etheric realms, removed from the etheric templates, including the etheric bodies, all subtle energy layering. Now we come to the lunar eclipse. As we have ignited the solar personal power, we then move through the deep shadow of the lunar eclipse. That means I'm literally seeing on the earth plane, the earth's electromagnetic field. It's like bursting of white transcendence light that requires the shifting, the transmutation of those deep shadow energies coming up and out of you, being purged. Starseeds, this is why you have also experienced and felt like you've been inundated with energies, dark, dense, heavy, emotional things. You are simply sensing what is currently being literally pulled out from the roots, identified no longer in the subconscious, but identified in the collective conscious awareness. That is what you have been sensing. This is why you must anchor your light, ground your energy, and clear your energy. This is important. Remember to treat it as information. This is a good thing because it means the collective consciousness is evolving exactly according to the divine plan. Those of you who have teachings and wisdoms that have been for centuries withheld or kept into small areas, your wisdom is greatly needed at this time across the collective consciousness. I want to cry at this message right now. I'm being told very clearly, know that those teachings have been held in the sanctity, protecting treasure, specifically for the outlaying of the Great Awakening for consciousness, to ensure that it hit the consciousness at the right time so that the right messages and the teachings could come through. This is a very, very, I'm being told this is a powerful truth that literally needs to be understood. There are multiple teachings from the 12 houses to be seen and to be shared openly, unequivocally, without holding back, because we need it. It has been a protecting treasure, protecting treasure. The divine is saying there have been centuries of wisdom. Ireland, there's a specific reference to Ireland as well, even though that message, I know who that previous message was for. And those teachings, I literally just am in sheer gratitude right now. But Ireland is also being referenced. There has been a protecting treasure that has been happening on Mother Earth, God's oath, peace, protecting treasure in order for it to be outlaid at the time. And the meek shall inherit the world. This is because the 12 houses are coming online. Meek is the incorrect word and was replaced with the truth be told, was replaced by the origination of the word. It is those of the Christ consciousness, the frequency of forgiveness that inherit the world. The earth's plane is dividing. There are 2 new earths. Go back and connect to the original channel of the new earth that was posted just prior to this. It is important to recognize the new earth and the old earth are modes of consciousness, the 3rd dimension and the 5th dimension. We have been reconciling the 1st dimension and the 2nd dimension in the 3rd dimension. As each person reconciles this within the self, it is then moved to the 5th dimension. The 4th dimension is the bridge. Starseeds, you are holding the bridges. You are the bridges for people to ascend through that frequency to a graduation of a school of thought. This includes the 12 houses of teaching, guides, and wisdoms. The new sets of shamans will be stepping forwards, for it is no longer the shamans of old. They set a very clear foundation to allow for the new era or new understanding of shamans to step forwards. This does not take away or is meant to disrespect the old teachings of the 12 houses. Rather, it is to bring them forwards and move the frequency to add on in addition to, because the entire consciousness and evolution is expanding at such a rapid rate right now. Wisdom of old and wisdom of new come together as one, and the yin and yang. It is a beautiful essence. It is the mirroring of the feminine and the masculine and the dark and the light being coming back together. The new earth and the old earth, there are 2. The new earth is the sovereignty of the self. The old earth is being owned by the limitations of mankind that have been set as controls of power to own, rather than to own oneself. Mankind has not recognized that to own oneself is of the utmost power. It is 1,000 times more powerful than it is to own another. This transmission is complete. I'm hearing my daughter now. I believe I can fly. Friends, I will link below the channel that I was asked to share, which is not something I would normally share. There are many things that I don't share in terms of my experiences and things that I am aware of that are happening in the collective, both outside the earth plane and inside Earth's consciousness. I have chosen not to share those things for a multitude of reasons. However, I feel like I'm being literally pushed beyond my comfort zone to share some of these things. So yes, that was an experience that I had. Yes, it is not something I have openly shared with many people. I will link the trance channeler who literally shared in detail, word for word. My jaw was on the floor because it was also rainbow eyes came through in that as well. That's something that we did for spiritual expansion that actually is going to be available to people very, very soon. So I will let everybody know when that becomes available for you to be able to move through that. But I will link the trance channeler's channel below, who channeled literally in detail, word for word description, exactly what I was doing with many others. It's not just me, with many others outside of the earth plane at that specific time, which blew my mind that somebody that I don't know literally trans-channeled the frequency and the channel, tuning to the channel of the Galactic Federation and shared word for word exactly what I had been doing days and days prior. So it's fascinating to understand what we can connect to and how we connect to it, and the purposes of those things to both help and validate for each other. There's somebody on here, you were there too. I feel like this video, yes, Galactic Federation is saying that is correct. You watching this video, you were there too. This will be an innate knowing to understand the flashes of energy and frequency that you have been experiencing is in fact confirming that yes, those things are happening. Your awareness to them happening at the same time you're on the earth plane is perhaps the hard part. That's what I personally struggle with, understanding and being in this physical vessel, but also having all these other things happening and being fully and consciously aware of them too. That can be confusing at times. So just know that it will become clearer. I'm being told it will become clearer for me too as time moves on. Why certain things have happened in the past that haven't made sense, they will make sense shortly in the future as more people begin to come online through a awareness of consciousness. I hope that this message resonated. I will link the Trance Channeler's video on the bottom. There's something else I'm supposed to tell you about it, but it keeps slipping from my awareness. So I trust that I don't need to share it this time. And I also feel like it's because somebody else's energy is knocking on my door here. So this transmission is complete. I hope this video resonated. Please let me know if it did. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share it with other people. I would love to hear your experiences in terms of the Galactic Federation, Blu-rays, all of those different things. Crystal Moon, I'm being told to thank you for asking your questions, for they are highly relevant at this time. Much love, beautiful souls, and I will catch you on the next video.